Hello viewers, and appreciate you watching. In this video today we will be doing something a little different. We're going to be going out with the South Carolina Highway Patrol along with the Troopers Association, and they have a program that they have started being part of, which is called the Rock Solid Foundation. And what it is, they pick kids across the state of South Carolina that have cancer, and they get a playset that's donated, and then they get a group of guys and go out and put the playset together so the kid can have a place to play. And we have been contacted through the fire department to assist. We'll come to find out the kid that's chosen is one of our firefighter sons. So we're going to be going out today. I've okayed it with the Highway Patrol, and I'm going to video it and post it on our YouTube channel. And also I'm going to put a link to their GoFundMe page, so if anyone wants to donate, the link will be there. This project is like a team building exercise, and from what I understand, there'll be 3 or 4 stations set up. Each group will build the section they're assigned to, and then once everybody's finished, then they'll put it all together. And then the biggest part is the kid gets to come outside and play. And if I'm not mistaken, there's 12 kids in South Carolina that's been chosen, and they have already put up 1 or 2. I think one was over in Florence, and Lieutenant Colonel Manley, I think he's heading up this project, and I can only imagine the sight on the kid's face once they get to come outside and play on it, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And it's a special event because his dad, Stuart, he actually works for me on shift, so but this will be a great project, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Again, so much for coming out and supporting your friends, co-workers, family, and what is being done here today for Judson. So before I get started with the instructions and things like that on what we're going to do, Stuart, have a chance, you want to address your group?
Be saying thank you to everybody. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So you come out and help with this. It's been a lot for him to be this young and have to be cooped up in the house. So it'd be nice to have a little place there for him to get out and get away and get out of the house for a little while. So we want to thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You say thank you?
Say thank you.
Bye. Same thing to him. You kind of know that y'all have our back. Of course, we have you both on the community as well. We might be different departments, but at the end of the day, we're still, the same community. And you'll tell him when he gets older, all these people had your back, and you can have others the same way. So I just appreciate that. Okay. You ready to go? Right? Right.
We're going to get started here. So first and foremost, if anybody, this probably was passed out to you in a format last night, but if anybody is not feeling well, this would be the time to leave. Obviously, it's important that everyone that's here is healthy for this family. Same thing, if you would please, when Judson's walking around, as you can see, he's very active. please limit your interaction as far as contact with him. I know it's what we want to do. The first thing you want to do is pick kids up. Please limit your personal touch and interaction, close contact with Judson. So, just to kind of give you a little bit of a background on how we got here. Back in May of this year, I was contacted by a close friend of mine, Chuck Taylor, who's from down in Ridgeland, and Chuck asked if our agency was willing to come down and be a part of a sponsorship for what they call Rock Solid Foundation, which is a nonprofit that provides play sets through sponsors to children that are battling some form of cancer. So me knowing Chuck's dad's a retired trooper, and I said we'd love to do it. He said, well, I'd like to pay for it, and I just want the Highway Patrol and DNR to come down so you two agencies can work together and build a playset for this 6-year-old child that's battling leukemia. So I did a little research, and I looked up this nonprofit called Rock Solid Foundation, this ROC, and I immediately said, yeah, we want to be a part of that. So we took 10 troopers, and I think of that 10, there might be one here. Nick, anybody else was down there with us? Tyler, these two guys were there, and we did a play set just like this. The difference is Rock Solid Foundation came down with their group. They're based out of Virginia. They came down with their vans, and they donate about 850 of these a year around the United States. But they're personally involved in building about 100 of those 850. So that was one of the ones they were involved in building. The difference was we had a guy standing up there that showed us how everything was built and it was set up when we got there. So we had a great day there, spent about 3 hours building, met a lot of nice people, family, had lunch afterwards, and then as I left there, I was thinking to myself, well, you know, how is it that our department can stay involved in something like this? It obviously takes money, and as y'all know, the state just can't give away money, or you gotta have a reason to do it, and you have to have a lot of red tape around how you do it. So I reached out to one of my co-workers, Crystal Sally. Where's Crystal? There she is. She always hides from attention. Crystal's in the red. I reached out to Crystal. She's our victims advocate manager and for victim services in our department. I asked Crystal, I said, how as an agency can we stay involved in something like this? Do you know of anybody that might be willing to donate or sponsor some children? And so I left it in her hands. She sent out, I think she said 4 or 5 emails to a group of people that constantly are supporting tragedies that don't want to be recognized. But within a couple hours, one attorney had written back and said he wants to sponsor 12 kids himself, and he wants to know how to do it. And within a couple days, he wrote a check for that money to sponsor 12 kids in South Carolina through our nonprofit 501c3 at the Troopers Association. So then in return, we contacted Rock Solid and said, hey, we want to sponsor 12 children in South Carolina. And then Rock Solid's job is then to pair us with folks like Stewart and his family. So that's where this happened. This is our second build that we've done as an agency, and I wanted to follow the same path that my friend Chuck did, was to have agencies come together and do this as a group. I had no idea that Stewart was a firefighter. I had no idea. So the idea was to have the fire service and Sumter Police Department and the Sheriff's Department come out and assist with this in their community. Well, lo and behold, Reggie contacts Chris, who's the Captain Shelton, and says, hey man, I don't know if you know this, but Judson's dad's a firefighter. I said, man, I had no idea. So hence is why there's 40 firefighters here today. So great thing to be able to do for the community, but on top of that, just like Stewart said, man, to do it for a coworker is second to none. So today we hope to be concluded here by about 12 noon. We're going to be working in 3 stations today. If you have your mobile device with you, there's an app that actually has instructions on how you're going to build this. It's a group building theory here, so team building. So the end result is this is what it's going to look like. When we're done, and it's actually going to be placed right here between these 2 trees, out about 7 to 9 feet off the trees. So once we start getting it set up, we'll make sure that we're far enough off the trees, and the slide will be facing the front. So there's a few things that we've learned in trying to build these is, please follow the steps. If you don't follow the steps, it will take longer. Trust me, I'm one of those guys that doesn't follow the steps, and we were unscrewing stuff that we had already screwed together. So it's important that the steps are followed in your area, because if not, there's something else that belongs where that goes. If you run out of hardware or the hardware is not in the bag that it's supposed to be in, please let us know. There is extra hardware and we'll make sure you get that. So in looking around, there's 3 stations. The slide station is directly behind you where the plastic parts of the slide are on the ground. This is the support for the swing set that goes off the side here. And then this is the fork portion, which is the biggest portion. Problem is the fork portion really can't be built until this section's built, because this supports that. There'll be bags, so every board is got a number and a letter on it, and or just a letter or maybe just a number. But most of them should have a number and a letter on it. On top of those boards, please be sure there's a bag that's separate for those that has a step written on it. It'll say step 1, step 12, step 20. Make sure that stays with those boards, because that is the hardware that goes with that portion. So when you're looking through this app, or you're looking on these instructions, you'll see the step number. So that hardware will coincide with those boards. If you get jammed up somewhere, let me know, and we'll try and get it figured out. The side piece, if you're looking, this will be for the guys that are building the fort. This piece that runs up the side that has the rope pull that pulls from the top. These steps where the plastic hand grabs and foot grabs are that you see right here, please make sure you're building that in the right order, because if you build it from the top down, there'll be a gap in the bottom, and you've already screwed 80-something screws together. So make sure you build it in the order that the directions show for there. For bits, if you don't have a drill, we got some extra drills. I've got a few extra of the T30 and T40 bits, which is what most of them take, T30s and T40s. There are some Phillips head stuff, and there's I think a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch socket that's needed. The only part that I remember that needs to have any actually drilling done will be on the slide set, and you'll see that early on. Just make sure you're using the right size bit for that. On top of that, at the very end, there's an auger kit that has 7 augers that go into the ground. The guys that have the most experience with building, please come see me when you get to that time, because those can get a little bit tricky on how we mount those. Hopefully that'll be in the next couple hours. So if we don't have any questions, the table that's over there that has just all the stuff sitting on it, there's nothing numbered. Don't worry about that table. That's the very end. That's the accessory for the play set that we'll strap on at the end, like the swing, the ropes, and stuff like that. Any questions, or did I miss anything?
What's the app?
Oh yeah, thank you. The app is Bilt, B-I-L-T. B-I-L-T. And when you get to it, get it downloaded, and I'll show you where you need to type in. B-I-L-T, yep. It's a really cool app. It's not just for this play set, it's for anything that you build. If you've ever been up at midnight building for kids on Christmas, you would wish you had this. Trust me. It gives you, it's an interactive app that gives you 3-dimensional, and also even talks to you and lays out all the hardware. So it's pretty easy.
Righty tighty, boy.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Wrong way.
All right, do we need to put a bolt in there, or we just keep drilling?
Y'all got one then. Okay. It's working as comp if you go through my finger, right?
We won't go through your finger. We might brush it, but we won't go through it. All right, step 1.
That's good. So it looks like the screw end is going to go on the
plastic side?
Yes.
So the head will come in. That's a T-nut.
That's the screw there.
That's the T-nut. That's got a hammer in the wood. Yeah, that's got a hammer in the wood. No, the T-nut's got to come to the wood. It's got to come to the wood from the top.
I guess
Hammer?
It's got.
Yeah, let's put it up here on the table and hammer on that.
Pull the green over slowly. There you go.
Let's just take that off there and just hammer them in, because then we'll line the holes back up.
Ready? Step 2.
Okay.
Step 3.
Step 3. Use a 1/8 inch drill bit.
Drill it again.
Pre-drill 12 holes in dimensions on the left and right side of the slide wheel.
What you need?
I think once you get the tools they need to. Lay out for that.
So we're going in the middle of each one of these? Grab that. I've been watching a lot of Bob Beal. That's what I say. I use this line a lot.
All right, that looks like it's fitting to be an example. This morning I went out and said,
I was gonna drive out there with a sprayer, down toward the end and try to work with my phone yesterday, but never. That hose blew off. I never made it that far. Yeah.
This is like
No, that's right, because if you put your bolt in that way, it pulls those inserts up. There's inserts.
that H2.
Yep. Yep, H2. Is there anything ready to be screwed?
They getting their shit.
The battery's going dead to sit here.
Get the itchy finger.
Please, itchy.
You get the itchy finger.
It looks like
What's going on, sir? Yeah, man. How about you?
good.
I'll be the one to be just all in it. That's my luck. Probably got this thing laying on.
We got an empty bag. Y'all better hurry. We're almost done with the slide over here.
I'm just showing you, we're good. All right, go ahead. Where's my little...
Right here. What?
I think the washer was upside down.
Yeah,
The washer was upside down. They get you every time.
what's you need to stop this? Yeah.
What's wrong?
That won't stop. There you go, you got it right there. It won't be as pretty, but I got a 16 penny nail driving that Huh?
It'll work.
We can glue that one in there to make it look
Well,
the same.
didn't he start it in there with that board?
It's like either the nut on the bottom is driven into the wood, either the beginning threads are stripped and it's not grabbing or allowing it.
Take the washer off.
They tried that too.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll go right in there. Try
Try to knock that
Nutsert out.
thing in there a little bit.
Trying to put it in without it. Stay away.
Is it long enough?
Hey, take that thing in.
Stand it
Yeah,
up.
Huh? Long enough?
Watch my place, man.
Well, look, wait.
Stand it up now, folks.
You're gonna break that now. You better be careful. You better watch. Let's go this way. Y'all going the wrong way.
Tap that thing in there. Yeah, knock that thing in there. Hard. One more time. My face gonna go now.
two at the table. There's a shirt that Stuart brought out that they plan to frame up, I think, right, Stuart? Put in a shadow box of some sort. So y'all want to sign the front half of the shirt as well. Hey, before we all right over there, I want to give everybody a big round of applause. Great job. Appreciate it very much. To me, the best part is about to come, though, is when Judson comes out here and sees this. And in just a minute, have to go get them signing that. We'll bring them all out and let them know something's out here for them. And then before everybody leaves, we do want to get a couple group pictures here in front. So before we take off. All right, folks. Let's do it. And bring Judson out. Introduce you to this place.
I want to see the good one. I'm always the one carrying it.
Was he peeking? Did he get
No,
to see?
he's destroying his room.
Okay.
What is it? Come on.
Okay, viewers, hope you enjoyed this special video. Don't forget to comment, like, share this video. And as always, stay safe out there. And we'll catch you on the next one.